A man from northern Sydney has died after contracting Japanese encephalitis during a holiday in southern New South Wales. This rare but potentially deadly disease is spread to humans by mosquitoes, and this becomes the first confirmed fatality in nearly 3 years. Health authorities are now urging Aussies to get vaccinated after identifying a second case in the state's north. For more, we're joined by the Director of Infectious Diseases at Mater Health Services, Paul Griffin, live in Brisbane. Thanks for joining us. What kind of symptoms do we see from this disease?
Yeah, so with Japanese encephalitis, often it starts with gastrointestinal symptoms like nausea and vomiting and abdominal pain, and unfortunately in severe cases it progresses to causing inflammation of the brain. So then you can see things like seizures, coma and unfortunately rarely even death.
Okay, is this all about the mosquito? How do we reduce the risk of contracting it?
Yeah, it has a bit of a complex life cycle that involves pigs and birds as well, but simply it is transmitted by mosquitoes, and so avoiding getting bitten is the key. And so that involves chemical barriers like DET and others, and physical barriers as well, sleeves and pants, covering doors and windows, and not being outside during peak times like at dawn and dusk particularly.
Paul, moving on, 5 more people have died in Queensland after contracting melioidosis, bringing the death toll to 12. What is that?
It's a nasty soil bacterium. So it's one that we know exists in the soil, particularly in tropical areas. So we see cases every year in Northern Territory and Northern Queensland. But unfortunately, particularly during rainfall events and flooding, it can come to the surface and even be spread in the air. So we see cases go up. And that's certainly what we've seen at the moment. We've seen about 80 cases in Northern Queensland. And yeah, unfortunately, quite a few deaths recently, including the 5 reported just in the last few days.
Yeah, and of course, floodwaters still remain in some areas of Queensland as well. Thanks for your time.